What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. Thank you for all the dead ones, all the new subscribers, all the likes, all the comments, all the feedback. Thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. How's everybody out there doing on this beautiful Thursday? It's kind of gloomy out here. Looks like we're gonna get some rain or thunderstorms lately here later in the day. Just had to do my video about these guys, man, because I am in the business of exposing. I do expose. I am in the business of exposing. So we gotta touch on the topic of these guys. I don't know if their nature is exploitative, right? They like to exploit people for their own gain and personable, you know, gains, monetary, whatever it is. These guys like to exploit these people, exploitive. You know what I mean? They're borderline personalities. If it doesn't surround themselves around them, their agenda, you can't be around them. So how can you call yourself an advocate or a victim's people? How can you be like, oh, now I'm speaking for the victims when you were victim shaming? How can these guys speak for victims when they're victim shaming? Right? Let me break it down. Let's go back to David Mendenhall. Right? David Mendenhall and his wife Angela both got convicted of that crime. They both got convicted. Right? David Mendenhall, he went to Limestone. Angela got 10 years probation with some city time, right? They both got convicted, right? The only reason he brought Angela up to do the interview was to discredit Mendenhall. But at the same time, she got convicted for the crime as well. So if you're blaming one person, you should blame both of them, not just pick and choose who you want to be a victim and the other one deserved it. He deserved it. He deserved it. You victim shaming, man. And now you want to speak up for the victims. Now you want to be on the right path. Now you want to be the one on the white horse, the savior. Nah, man, it can't roll like that. I'm going to make it my agenda just to continue exposing you guys for what y'all really are. And I'm using y'all's own self. I'm using y'all against y'all's own self. Whatever y'all actions and y'all speak about, and that's the only thing I'm using against y'all. Facts. So if you want to use anything against me, go find facts. Go find facts. Like I attack you with facts, your personal actions, whatever comes out of your mouth. Let me see. Let me pull up the definition of borderline personality. Let me see. And let's see if this guy fits any of these. Let's see. I can't put that one on. Let me get this one out of here. Put this one up here. You put that one there. Put this one there. Okay, let me see. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It says people with borderline personality may experience intense mood swings and feel uncertainty about how they see themselves. Their feelings for others can change quickly and swing from extreme closeness to extreme dislike. These changing feelings can lead to unstable relationships and emotional pain. But let's break down this guy. These borderline personalities, right? He's so insecure of himself that he has to create this persona of him being a stomped down dude instead of being a square dude, right? Ain't nothing wrong with being a square dude. If I could take it back, man, I'd be a square dude any day of the week. But I guess it's cool to be the cool. I guess it's cool to be the tough guy. Everybody wants to be the tough guy. So when you're living with these personas, man, it's borderline because now you're trying to be somebody you're not, right? And let's see, their feelings for others change quickly and swing from extreme closeness to extreme dislike. Well, another perfect example. How hard was this guy writing for Mark? How hard was he writing for Mark? Mark's innocent. Mark's this. Mark's the saint. And all of a sudden, like a flip of a switch, he hates Mark. Mark's the deviant. Mark's the deviant. All right. They were real close. And now they're extreme dislike each other. And let's read into a little bit more. These changing feelings can lead to unstable relationships and emotional pain. Well, fuck, it seems like every relationship that guy's built or tries to put together, he got everybody fighting amongst each other. It makes sense, don't it? It makes sense. And let's see what let's look up the definition of exploitative person. Because a self-centered, self-egoistic, an exploitative person, uh, it's all the same thing, right? It's a me. I'm the center of attention. I'm the center of attention. Everybody else is just a bystander. You're in my world. You're in my world, right? And not realizing that fuck, it's everybody's world. You're just a pea brain stuck in your own mind. You know, you've made this delusional mind of who you are, and in reality, that's not who you are, man. You should have just came onto the scene like a humble man of who you really are. You should have came on here being a square person, right? Not somebody you're not. Because it makes you look like you have mental health, man. Like you're borderline disorder. And that's bad, man. That's bad. So how can you catch yourself saying you're on the right side now, man? While you've been on the dark side all this time. And your energy is not gonna let you do good. You're an evil rotten apple. And all you're doing is passing that rotten apple to get everybody else rotten like you. And some people like it, some people don't. Some people are just too dumb to even understand what's going on, that they're just a pawn in your game. That's all it is. It's your game. You want to control the game, the narrative, but you can't control mine. You see, I'm gonna be that splinter in your hand that you can't remove. I'm gonna be that fucking thorn. You think that everything you did to me and said to me, that I'm just gonna let that shit go under the bridge? Fuck no, man. I'm gonna do everything I can to watch your fucking demise. Anything, right? Because that's what you deserve. A person like you deserves to be shut down. And I'm going to do if even if I get one, two, three people to watch, I'm going to be spewing my news about you every fucking day. Every fucking day, man. And just wait. This is just the fucking beginning. I got something for your bitch ass. Just wait. Just wait. When it hits you, don't be looking stupid. Don't be looking fucking stupid. I'm tired of your ass. And like I said, sometimes it takes people from your past to get you in place. So you and every other cocksucker that was over the right high talking bad about me, smutted me up, y'all gonna get a pass, right? Because I'm going for the head. And whatever's after I'm fucked up with the head, y'all can have it, right? Because now I'm on your ass, boy. I'm going to be on your ass. If I do, I guess I'm going to have to sit here every time I come out here and burn me one, right? I'm gonna do me a lie and just talk shit about you, my boy. Just you. I don't even give a fuck about Mark no more. It's just you. It's just gonna be me and you holding hands. Just me and you, man. I just got you on my eyesight now. You're my target from now on. Fuck everybody else. And I'm gonna use your own actions and your own fucking words against you. You looking bad already as it is. You're looking bad as it is. Because as a leader, to backtrack, I'm surprised one of your flunkies that said, man, fuck you, man. I ain't rocking with you no more. That's a bitch move. Because they ain't those dudes that you're following aren't some real dudes either. They're followers. They need guidance. So they found some dumb fuck idiot that calls himself a leader and they fall for it. Right? Because they're gullible and they're dumbfounded and they just don't know what's going on. So they surround themselves. Right? He's the leader. It's like that fucking Mark. Y'all ever seen the Rick and Morty when Rick has his kids and they're all the unwanted. He builds a factory and all the unwantables start going out the end. That's who you got. You got all the unwantables. That's your team. The unwantables. Nobody wants them. Not even their own fucking families. So birds of a feather flock together. Right? If you're this type of character online, it can't be no persona. It can't be no persona. That's who that's who your truly nature is. You probably got your little kids bickering because they want their phones. Dad, give me my phones. No, I need a troll. I need a troll. I need a troll on YouTube. Dad, but we're in summer school. We need the phones. We need to play. Give those phones that your mom bought for them, give them back their phones. Stop using up their phones to fit your agenda to make you feel like you're the GOAT. You're not the GOAT. You're a bottom feeder. A bottom feeder. That's what you are, and you're gonna get exposed for it. You're not got you talk real highly of yourself, man. You're self-centered, egoistic, exploitative person, self-centered, narcissist, delusional, borderline personality disorder. Probably if I was a betting man, I kind of bet you're on the spectrum. You're kind of borderline spectrum. The way you do your facial gestures, the way it's like you got some dumbfound looks sometimes, man, like a fucking deer in the headlight look. And those just come from being on the spectrum. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. I, I I'm not gonna knock you down because you're borderline spectrum. Be an advocate for that. You got a lot of history, and you can relate to a lot of people with that borderline spectrum. But as far as speaking up for the victims, I don't think that fits you, my boy. I don't think that fits you. I don't think that's your type of tea. With comments of saying, "Who cares what the black man did to the white man in prison?" Well, fuck, the white man was majority of the victims, my boy. But now you're trying to get on the horse, on the white horse, and parade like you're the savior. Makes no fucking sense to me, man. It makes no sense, right? But that's YouTube for y'all guys. That's YouTube. That's YouTube. Me, I'm into exposing the. I'm in the business of exposing. I do it with facts. So get ready. No, and for everybody that's leaving me comments to leave it alone, move on. No, no. No, no. You want me out the picture? Pay me. I'll leave. Until then, you're gonna have to put up with it. All right? You're just gonna have to put up with it. I'm gonna be that fucking beaner on the I'm gonna be that beaner on the side on the back of your neck. And I think that even makes it worse, all right? That a fucking Chicano put you in your place, got you feeling some type of way, got you going Alpasia like Jada Pinkett. You looking like Jada Pinkett now. Ooh, man, I got you stressing, boy. I got you stressing. I thought I had bad health, man. You need to sit there and get you that road game, my boy, or go LeBron style. Get that shit spray painted on there. You big bag money, ain't you? Go do that. Go get you some implants. Ain't you a big bag? Big bag take little bag. Go get you some hair implants. Get you some dreads like your boy Dirty Dreads. Y'all can be the Manili brothers. The Milli Manili brothers. Do 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 do. Y'all can be them boys. Do some content like that. Guarantee you blow up. Y'all could probably even lip sync too. Everybody does. So you should have just stayed on your side of town. You should have continued defending Mark. That fits you a little bit better, man. That fits your agenda. That fits your character. You're not a caring person. You don't care what happens to the next man. You don't care what happens to your own kind. So it doesn't fit you, my boy. Being on the right side of tracks don't fit you. Even through you've never been on the wrong side of tracks, right? You- Instead of being a square, you want to come on here and be a 5-star general, a heartless felon. Fill it up. Instead of being, you know what, man, I'm not about that life, man. I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I would like to learn. Nah, you want to be the leader. You want to be the leader of the Terror Dome. I got my Terror Dome soldiers with me. This is some shit that y'all have made up and y'all ran with it, man. That's how gullible fucking YouTube is, man. I'm not saying there's not no stomp down dude. I'm pretty sure there is. But just because they're stomped down doesn't mean they're not followers. Like I said, there's a lot more followers in this world than there is leaders. You see, not everybody's meant to be a leader. Fuck, I don't want to be the leader. I don't. They can keep that spot. I don't want to be no leader. I don't. It's too much of a headache. It comes with too much responsibilities, right? I would choose to pass on it. I'd pass. I'm happy being a spoke on the wheel. I'm happy. I don't want to be the whole rim. I'm happy being the spoke. You know what I mean? I'm happy. You know, a lot of us have leadership material, but we choose not to. We choose not to, man. Because if you've been in that role, you know what it comes with. The responsibilities of other people's freedoms and lives in your hands, it's a headache. You already have to deal with your life and freedom, and let alone a handful of guys that you love. You know what I mean? I loved my homeboys. I loved them. So I wouldn't send my homeboys to do crash dummy missions like this Dante. But see, what I noticed what Dante does, with people he really doesn't like, he sends them on kamikaze missions. Like Just Jay, he doesn't really agree with Just Jay, right? Because NS hates the alphabet community. NS hates the alphabet community, right? So Dante has to please NS, right? So at the same time, he befriends Just Jay, puts the batteries in his back, and sends him like a kamikaze, right? Because if he succeeds, well, then he succeeds. If he doesn't, well, fucking, I didn't like Just Jay to begin with. He didn't fit my agenda. And that's fucked up. Everybody's a fucking pawn in this guy's game for his own agenda, his own gain. He's exploitative person for his own gains. Self-centered, narcissist, self-preservation. You think if this guy had the chance to save you, he would? Fuck no. He's hightailing out of that motherfucker and leaving your bitch ass behind, knowing that the possibility he could have probably saved you. And you think that's gonna weigh on his conscience? Fuck no. He's gonna forget about it and say, hey, better you than me. There's other people that would have said, man, look, I'm gonna take the chance. Fuck it. We both gonna make it out of this bitch, or fuck it. It is what it is. But he don't have the common denominator, which is love or empathy, or even giving a fuck about the next man. Because it's all about me. Me, 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 me. Look at me, look at me, look at me. It's all about him. And everybody that surrounds themselves around this guy, y'all are just building a monster, a egoistic monster. That at the end of the day, if it's you or him, it's going to be you. And all this time, you put your loyalty into him, right? Oh, we love Dante. Dante's the GOAT. Dante's the GOAT. Everybody that he put together has come apart, going at it against each other. And they were all for the one that the common denominator was to defend Mark's integrity. You know, Mark ain't that type of dude. But in reality, he is, right? Now you want to come and jump the bandwagon and say, no, Mark held the family hostage with the Photoshop picture. Mark's holding, like, trying to make fake content, man. If you really want to be for the victims, find the real victims of Mark. Find the real victims. Don't find or make up fake victims. Don't do that. Find them. And then you can call yourself a people for the victims. But for right now, you look like a money hungry little dwarf, a little hungry little man that you flip flopped. You went from being a top to being a bottom. You went from being a top to a bottom. I don't know, man. I'm glad, man. And, people got to start living by that Scarface world, man. They got by the Scarface. All I got in this world is my balls and my word, man. And I don't break it for nobody. There's not too many of those men left over, man. I tell you what it is, and I stick to my guns. I don't break my balls for anybody, right? But a lot of these guys, they kind of they break the politics to fit them, right? It's just, I love it, man. I love it. To me, it's I'm going to be back into the exposing business. I'm getting back into the exposing business, man. I do pretty good in the exposing business. I bring pretty good facts. I just need to start dwelling into these guys' life deep down, and let's see what I can pull out the rabbit's ass. Because it's going to be like Mr. Rogers, going to be a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's going to be a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Fuck PBS. They got, fuck Sesame Street too, man. They got them fruity cups now on Sesame Street. Them motherfuckers need to be banned, taken off the air. Or fuck it, just run it on the Dante Show network over there. Run that shit over there. All that shit that's trash needs to be ran over there, man. What happened? What happened? I thought they were going to start doing, I thought they were going to start ramping up production. Nobody's production, no lives, no videos. What happened, man? I thought they were onto some hot topic. It sounded like fucking crickets last night. All I could hear was crickets. Nothing going on? Nobody had anything to spew out last night? No new Photoshop? No, what, nothing? It sounded like nothing but a bunch of fucking crickets last night. I didn't hear a motherfucking peep. Or is it because is it, am I nailing the darts bullseye? Is the little Cinderella slipper fitting? I'm not gonna let it go, man. I'm not gonna let it go. I'm gonna be that fucking thorn, that little jalapeno stuck up in your ass. I'm gonna be that little jalapeno you put up in there. That's me. So put on y'all little mask y'all made about me. Y'all know y'all those masks y'all made about me. Put them on, cause I'm back. Like Jason Voorhees, I'm back. Put that fucking mask on. I'm back. All right, just like Jason Voorhees. I'm back. Right, and I'm back with the fucking vengeance. It's summertime, and it's time for summer camp. So that's, oh yeah, you're right. You're right about that, Jay Chambers. It is, man. See, I lived with the saying, all money ain't good money, man. And if I have to go without eating for a couple of days, well then so be it, man. Because all money ain't good money, man. You know, I've been hungry before. I can go hungry a couple of days, hey, until something comes around. Fuck it. All money ain't good money. Right? But everybody wants to have that full tummy. Everybody wants to be they want to have that toothpick hanging out at all times, rubbing their belly. You know, they like that feeling of hoarding and having more than the next man. And there's nothing wrong with having next than the next man, but on the way how you get it. You know, if you use manipulation, deception, exploitative tactics to gain your monetary gain, but that's fucked up, man. You might as well be a pimp, an exploiter, because that's what you're doing. You're no different than what Mark was doing to them white boys. You're no different. You are running the Dante Boo game. That's your game. You're no different than what Mark was doing to them people. So how can you sit there and try to speak up for the victims? How? If you yourself is doing the same thing Mark is doing, exploiting, manipulation, deception, offer your own self-monetary gain. And then when you do get that monetary gain, you decide to give it to people you rock with crumbles. You give him peanuts. So you're no different than Mark, man. When it comes when you break it down and you look at your deception of what you're doing on your network, I'm gonna hurt you, boy. And it's your own actions and your own words. Keep it up. You're gonna be the new content. You gave great content, very good content. I couldn't fucking wait. I couldn't wait to get up in this morning and do my content this morning. Continue to do your videos where you can continue to give me content. I'm gonna dissect you like a insect, like a turtle in a seventh or eighth grade biology class, right? We're gonna dissect it. We're gonna pull out each little organ and go through and label it and be like, this is that. That's what we're gonna do. You're gonna be the experiment. Oh shit, I still squeeze my oh man. Fucking I done squeezed my nutsack with my other nutsack trying to move. Oh shit. That sure hurts, man. Fuck. Oh fuck. So biscuits. So man, continue to do your videos, man, because they're very interesting. I get to see who you really are, your true nature, your true character. And all I can do is as a subscriber and as a YouTube watcher is react to this content that you do such amazing work on it. Grammy, I mean, I gotta admit, I I don't ask why NBC would be interested in your work. I I don't ask. I see, pretty good work. Keep it up. Maybe the other networks will pick up the story. FX, BET, who knows? You might be the next Drink Champs. You and your crew of finely characters you have assembled. It's like I don't know what kind of I don't know what kind of misfits you got you done was able to group together and build the band. The band's back together, boys. Y'all need to get Mark, man. Y'all need to get Mark. Mark's the lead singer, man. Y'all need him back in the band. Y'all need to get the band back together. I can't just let Mark out there by himself, man, and start attacking Mark. That's y'all's band member, man. Open the door and welcome Mark back in with open arms. Come on, daddy. Let him in. He done switched from being a top to a bottom anyways. Mark don't mind. Mark flip-flops too. Mark flip-flops too. That's why birds of a feather flock together. Ah, man, man, there's no more sticking to your word, man. Sticking to your guns. Ain't no more of that around this time no more, man. No more. There's just it's gone. It's a dying breed. Now you got guys like Dante, man, that in reality they just need a hug from their father. They need a hug from their dad. They need a little pat on the back and say, "You did it, champ." It's like Adam Sandler and boy, he got he has to be he has to relive his life like a little 10-year-old boy with his father for him to snap out of it. Go do like what's the quarterback did What's the fucking guy fucking from the Packers, man? Go drink you some ayahuasca, man, and let your trauma and abuse go, man. Because like I said, the tactics you use, your manipulation, your exploitative tactics, your self deception, is no different than what Mark was doing to the boy. If you break it down, your tactics, it's no different than what Mark was doing. You manipulating the situation. Just like how Hip said Mark would get his boys to fight. That's what you do. You get your guys to fight amongst each other, and you sit back and enjoy the show. Same thing Mark was doing, right? Same thing Mark was doing. Mark like getting his rocks off by watching his boys fight for the love of him. No, who's sleeping with Mark tonight? No, I'm not. And that's what you're doing over there with them. Who's Dante gonna favor? Who's Dante gonna let borrow the StreamYard? Who's gonna get Dante's praises today? And there goes Dante. Hey, well, y'all fight for it. Best man gets to kick it with me. Ain't no different. Your tactics ain't no different than what Mark was doing on the boot game. You got your own boot game. Right. And the sad part about it is that you use it on your own people that are supposed to be your friends. You manipulate them. You manipulate them. For what? To exploit them for your own personal monetary gain. Ain't that a bitch? This is your character. This is what you've been presenting to the audience. But I think nobody has really called you out on it, man. You were too busy defending Mark and everybody was riding your tailcoat, right? Mark this, Mark's the savior. Mark. But all along, y'all got the same tactics, man. Egoistic, self-centered, exploitative. What was Mark doing it for? Mark was doing it for to grease them boys up and zuzus and wham whams. Why are you doing it for? You're doing it for views and money. Same shit, man. The same fucking exploitative tactics that Mark would use, you're using them on your audience and subscribers and your so-called friends. That's a fucking, I don't know, man. And I know I'm not the only one that sees it, man, because I've talked to people on the phone and they see the same shit I see. Right. So when I talk to this person on the phone, they just validated, man, that what I'm doing is right. So it just gave me more of a fucking boost. You know what I mean? Because the person that validated, man, that in reality I was looking for some kind of validation from him. So now I'm back on your ass. Right? I have to be, man. I gotta finish what I set out to start. I've never been a quitter in my life. Uh, was I overwhelmed? Yes. Yes. Did I want to give up? Yes. Yes. But all it takes is validation from somebody to say, hey, man, what you were doing was right. You don't need to hear it from multiple people, man. All you got to do is hear it from somebody that it matters, right? You have to hear from somebody that matters, right? And if one person tells you it's okay, that's all you need, man. That gives you the momentum in the gas, the energy, the momentum to be like, man, you're right. These guys need to be exposed for who they really are. Like I said, man, that tactics that you run over there at that show is no different than what Mark and JG were running on them poor white boys. The boo game. It's that simple. Break it down. Break it down. I just broke it down for you. You're doing nothing but exploitative tactics, right? Everything has to surround you. Everything has to evolve around you. You have made it to where you surrounded yourself with people that accepted that position. Flunkies. They've accepted they're not going to be better than you. They don't want to be better than you. They feel like they can't be better than you because you done manipulated them so much to think that you're on a totem pole they can't reach, knowing that it's just a fucking facade. This Mexican's going to show you. It's all a facade. And fucking them backyard them fucking what do you call them fucking screenshots that you use when you're fucking on StreamYard? Come on, man. You can see the fucking blurriness where you can see the fucking like that ain't your motherfucking garage, bro, with that fucking charger parked in the same spot every time. Every time that fucking charger's parked in the same spot. That motherfucking car hasn't moved. Do you drive that bitch? That fucking Charger or Challenger or Scat Pack, every time you pop that motherfucker on the street, it's in the same fucking spot. Not a dust on it. And then you got Mark doing the same shit over there, showing the sky a background of a mansion. Get off the gas, man. Get off the fucking gas. Get off the gas. Come on, man. And you can see that bitch ass. You need to Photoshop that black fan. Take it out to Photoshop. Dusty ass black fan on the fucking cover. Come on, bro. Let's keep it a hundo. That red Scat Pack ain't fucking moved, man. And it still got the same shine from the dealership. You must be wiping it down every day. Man, these guys, man. I guess I should have been concentrating on you. You're the content. And you're the one with the big old followers. You're the content. Fuck Mark. You're the great content. Right. You want to do the right thing now. You all of a sudden you ate something spicy and now you want to do the right thing. You like Spike Lee. No, you must have watched Spike Lee that night. That Spike Lee got you doing the right thing. Radio Raheem. Where's Radio Raheem at? He got you doing the right thing, huh? All of a sudden you woke up. Why couldn't you do the right thing when I reached out to you with tips, right? Why couldn't you do the right thing when I reached out to you with Hips and said, hey, man, I found Hips. He's talking some wild shit about Mark. He's saying some wild shit that Mark had his meat in him. Or there was a lot of meats in people's mouths in Limestone. I had somebody to verify it for you. Right? But what did you do? What did you do when I brought you Hips? What did you do? You didn't want to know the truth. You weren't for the victims in. You weren't for the victims. What did you say? You went on to spinning off the narrative that I called you and I told you I was going to take you down and I was going to do this. And now I do. Now I fucking do. Now I do. Now I do. Everything that you said that I wanted to do to you at the beginning, which was lies, now you can say it's true. Now I really want to do it. Because I came at your bitch ass like a friend. I didn't come at you as a foe. I said, oh man, maybe this guy wants to do the right thing, right? Maybe he wants to help the victims and be a good platform, right? Can you imagine where your platform would have gone? Your platform would have skyrocketed, man. And mine would have skyrocketed as well, right? But you didn't want that. You didn't want that. What did you do? This is what you did. This is where we're at now because of your actions. But it could have been totally different, right? Man, your shit could have been booming. My shit could have been booming. But you just didn't want to share the limelight with the Mexican. Somebody that outdid you, right? And is going to continue to outdo you. Just wait. I don't care about views or subscribers, man. As long as my voice gets to hear, it's up to be the people, man. It's going to be up to them. I'm just a messenger, man. I'm just a messenger. And I'm not doing nothing bad. I'm not manipulating anybody, man. I'm not exploiting anybody. I'm not self-centered, right? This does not evolve or revolve around me. It's not about me. I never made it about me. I made it about them poor white dudes getting their shit torn up, right? Let's talk about them dudes. Help them out. Help them out, man. No, your shit could have. Your shit could have. Man, your shit, your platform. What you're trying to do now, if you would have did it from the beginning, your platform would have skyrocketed, my boy. Everybody that was having doubts about you before, man, you could have shut them up and you could have skyrocketed with doing the right thing. What you're trying to do now, but now it just looks like a bitch move, right? Because you had the opportunity. I gave you the opportunity when I reached out to you, man. I reached out to you like a friend. I reached out to you like, hey, my name's Noel, man. I watch your show and, I've been watching it and I got intrigued and I found hips. What did your egoistic self-narcissist? Oh, this Mexican ain't going to outdo me. Who the fuck is this guy? He just came out of nowhere. The David and Goliath syndrome, right? The old David and Goliath syndrome. A lot of people were intrigued with you at first because you would talk about God. God this, God that. But God punishes people and humbles people, man, when he plays with them. When you play with God, man, and you say you're doing this for this and that, and God, and in your heart, it's not really meant for that, God will humble you, man. That's why don't play with God, man. Don't play with God. When I say God put it on my lap, I felt he put it on my lap, man. He made too many things for me to find, right? And so easily available for me to find them and bring it to the masses. What you're trying to do now, right? What you're trying to do is bring the facts to the masses. I did it, right? I did it. I did it because God put it in me to speak up for the victims. Help the white boys out, man. Even through the white man hates you, don't be like the white man. Show them that you do care about them people. Even through the white man sees you as the immigrant, get out of here. Just because they see me like that doesn't mean I have to see them that way. I doesn't mean I have to see them in a negative way, man. But I never sit there and I read the Bible and say, let's hold verses, let's talk about the Bible, like you did many times. So you bamboozled a lot of your followers to believe that you were on this holy roller coaster. Fake prophecy, right? Just for your own gains, man. Yourself exploiting any kind of angle for your own self monetary gain. If it's the Christian role, let me exploit that. Let's see how many uh people and followers I can get in a and now you're trying to exploit the victims of Mark, right? Instead of speaking up for them from the beginning, now you're like, oh, Mark didn't do it. Mark's in it. Mark. You could have been the voice for them, man. Having such a big platform, but no, right? What did you do when I reached out to you? Doxing me, right? You started doxing me. You started making up allegations. Didn't even do your homework. Didn't bring no facts. It was all a smut campaign, right? No facts. No fucking facts. This, that, Noel this, Noel that. Now Mark, all of a sudden, Mark's an apex predator. A fucking shark, top of the food chain. But this is the same type of guy that you were inviting to your cookouts. Saying Mark's not that type of guy, you know. Mark Saint. Mark's a good guy. Victim shaming, right? Like the girl asked for it, right? The girl was wearing something so productive, so provocative that she basically asked for it, right? So that's the same thing Dante sees these white dudes. Victim shaming, right? Oh, they ran up a dip. They ran up a dip. They put themselves there. So it's like a female going out to the club wearing something provocative, and just because she's having a good time, she deserves something bad to happen to her. So the same thing with the dude, right? The dude goes to prison, he racks up a debt. So now, just because he racks up a debt, it's victim shaming the dude. Like I said, man, there's plenty of ways. I've been in prison. There's plenty of ways of clearing a debt without taking somebody's ass. There's plenty of ways of clearing a debt. Everybody has a way without having to be paying in sexual favors. They can clean the cell. They can hold this, hold that. Or if I used to like having breakfast for when I was in prison. I used to like having breakfast for dinner, right? And it was sausage and scrambled egg and pancakes for dinner. So they would do that one day out of the week, and I love breakfast. So I breakfast for dinner. I was looking for people who would give me that, right? Some people wouldn't want that. They'd be like, "Man, that's breakfast food. I don't want to eat that shit." But I would. So there's kind of ways, there's meals, and there's certain things, man, that you can get a debt clear, right? A dude can hold something for you. Be like, look, you better not open it, man, because if you open it, you're gonna get in more trouble than what you already fucking are. Hold it and leave it alone. I'll come pick it up, when I want, or I'll let you know to bring it to me. There's plenty of stuff, man. Or the dude, or the dude be like, look, I'm gonna send money to your books, and I need you to go to the store for me. Use him as a mule. Use him for whatever other person other than a sexual favor. There's other ways, man. Because if you break down the same tactics Dante uses on his audience and subscribers and his so-called friends, it's all manipulation tactics, egoistic, exploitative, all for self-monetary gain. The only one that's getting probably any kind of money is probably June. But they share all the same StreamYard. All they do is give the account and password to one each other. Here, you go on there, you go on there, you go on there. It's all a deception, man. Fugazi. I don't know. That what is it? A scat pack? That's a pretty nice scat pack, man. That's a pretty nice scat pack you got there. Man, how can people be so fucking fake, man? And not expect people to call you out on it. So what are you gonna say? Is it because you're black? I'm attacking you? Is that what you're gonna say? And that's why everybody else that's on your team goes, oh man, fuck that Mexican. But this Mexican come with nothing but the facts and truth. I don't come up with no false shit. I don't everything I'm everything that I'm speaking about you two guys is your own actions and own words. If you're gonna get mad at me for putting the message out there, get mad at yourself for doing it and speaking of it. Not me. I'm just gonna hold you accountable. I'm gonna hold you accountable. I'm gonna put your feet to the fire. Isn't that you said what you were gonna do to Mark? No, but you gotta look at the borderline personalities. Experience mood swings and feel uncertainty about how they see themselves. Dante's not happy seeing himself being a square dude, right? That's never been to prison. He's never put in the work. He's probably never shot a gun. He's never sold any kind of street pharmaceuticals. He's not about that life. So he's not happy. He's not happy as as he really sees himself, right? Because he wants to portray himself like he's this real stomped down dude, like he's a 5-star general, a heartless felon, you know, 3, 4, 5 teardrops on his face. Okay, he's not happy who he really is. He's a square. Okay, let's just be that's just one right there. Like I'm just going. Let's just go based off the reading here, and I'll break you down. Right? He's not happy who he is, so he has to portray and sell this persona of being a tough guy. So if he's acting and trying to sell this persona, then in reality, he's not happy who he really is, right? It's like Just Jay. Just Jay dresses up in the persona because he really wants to be a woman, right? He's not happy with himself. So he has to see himself putting on makeup and beauty himself up. Now he feels like a Barbie. Now he feels like himself. But when he's out of costume, he hates himself. He hates being a man. He'd rather see himself look in the mirror as a dolled up princess riding a little pink pony, right? Same thing with Dante. Instead of Dante seeing himself like a square, somebody that probably graduated or probably finished school, uh, nothing wrong with that. He rather wants the world to see him as a fuck up. That's one thing I hate about this world. I hate the world to look at me like a fuck up. They look at me, my body all tatted up, my arms, my neck, and that's already a red flag. You know what I mean? That gives them a red flag. They're already stereotyping me. Right? My tattoos are not fucking color. They're not fucking designs. They're not, oh, that's art. No, it's fucking prison tattoos. And people can tell. I would have rather been a fucking square. Okay, so he's not happy with himself. Okay. Their feelings for others can change quickly and swing from extreme closeness to extreme dislike. These changing, okay? What? How hard was he writing for Mark? Fuck, he loved Mark. Now he hates Mark. Now Mark's an apex predator overnight. But here I was from the beginning telling you what Mark was, and you chose to ignore it, discredit me, smut me up. All for what? To look like a flip flopper? That's borderline personality, man. All the people he has united on his panel have come for one cause, to prove Mark was innocent, right? Now, them same people he has united are at each other's throats. And that's conflict that he created, right? And he sits back and exploits it and gains monetary, right? Off exploiting his own people. When I say his own people, I don't say black people. I say his people he's done assembled, his crew, his own crew, his people. He puts his own people, well, like how Mark, like Hips, like according to Hips, Hips would say that Mark would love putting his boys to fight against each other. And that was, he got his kicks off of that. So what does Dante do? He puts y'all together. He puts God Soldier and Just Jay for they can fight and argue, right? And there, what is fucking Spectrum laugh. And everybody's too stupid to see his tactics. Ain't no different than what the tactic Mark was doing on the Boo game. Right? Yeah, no, man. I don't, you know, they've apologized to me numerous times, man. Numerous times. One time he said that the phone number was not his number. Uh he deleted that number. He didn't have that number. So apparently I was able to fucking I guess get the same number that he had and message myself, right? All this and people were so fucking dumb to believe it. Yeah, you text message yourself. You did your day. I'm like, so you're saying I went out of the fucking way and I was lucky enough to get the same number he had from Detroit. Man, fucking that kid, I should have got the lottery. That's one level luck. Like, oh fuck. I'm able to get the same number that I want to use for my own agenda to spend my own tail. I'm lucky enough to get the same phone. Wow. I must be a lucky man. Right? So all those text messages that he sent me, oh, I apologize for your health, man. My bad. Woo, woo, woo. It was all fake, right? It was all just for the moment. Trying to make himself feel like, oh, maybe I can put an okie doke on this guy. Maybe this guy will stop it. I'm just speaking. If you got facts about me, man, bring the facts. I mean, bring facts. Bring facts. Don't bring half stories. Don't bring uh allegations. Bring facts. If you can bring facts, I'm more than I've been an open book all this time that I've been with y'all, man. But I'm not gonna sit there and entertain non-facts. I'm not. I'm not gonna sit there and argue with something that's not true. I'm not gonna pay it no mind. Now, if you bring facts, and I know they're facts, man, I sit there and I'll be like, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Why? Because they're facts, right? Anybody with the right mind can pull it up and pop it up and be like, hey, this you, this you, this look, this. but facts. It's going to be hard to, man, because that's not their cup of tea. Their cup of tea is not running with the truth. Because I gave him the opportunity, right? About a year ago, I gave him an opportunity to do the right thing. Why didn't you want to do the right thing back then? Why? If you sit back and think, man, your fucking platform would have skyrocketed, man. At the end of the day, you're doing the same thing. You threw Mark under the bus. Your platform would have skyrocketed, man. Oh, Dante's back. The real Dante back. The guy that's speaking for the truth. He's back. Everybody that was having doubts about you, my boy, you would have put them all to sleep. But you didn't want to share the limelight, right? You didn't want somebody to be equal. You didn't want somebody to sit next to you. You wanted to be the only one at the end of the table. Instead of saying, you know what, man, you did some pretty good work, man. I can invite you to my table, man. You did some pretty good work. Instead, you doubled down. You went on a smut campaign. You did everything you could feasible in your mind, right? And I'm still fucking here. You're not as smart as you think you are. There's a lot more sharper knives in that drawer of yours than just yours. You might be a sharp knife, but you're not the sharpest knife in the drawer. The thing is that you've surrounded yourself with people that are not too smart. The only one is NS, and that's why you listen to NS. NS is your voice of reasoning, right? He makes you realize and open up your eyes, right? So NS is the only one that you feel is somewhat equal, if not superior to you. Everybody else, you feel you're superior to them. Everybody else. The only one, and maybe even be humble. Be humble. You give you be humble's a little bit more smarter than you. He's a little bit more, but be humble knows his place. He doesn't try to overstep or try to dethrone you. There's a couple of people that are a little bit, you know, sharper than what you are, and you know they are. I can see it. You can see it. And that's why you put it. That's why you get in your place. Everybody else, you can run around. Everybody else, you run around. Everybody else. And I see and I know who you really are, who you truly really are, right? And that's why it bothers you. You even said it, right? I'm the only one that's ever gotten to you. You've been doing content creation for so much, but Noel's the only one that's gotten to me. Shit, I made you go out page you, right? Stressing. Yeah, it is, man. But see, that's why I'm gonna continue being that thorn. And now it's gonna be worse because now I'm just gonna concentrate on Dante for a minute. My reactions are going to be on his ass, breaking down his intentions, his nature, his actions. He knows I got him down, man. I got him down tight. I got him down tight. I'm about to tuck him in bed. He knows. But what he didn't think is that I was going to continue, right? He thought, oh, Noel hasn't been posting. Noel hasn't been posting. Noel's probably, Noel. There's a lot of double agents, man. That's why I'm at this point, I'm just distancing myself. You know what I mean? I'm distancing myself. I'm just out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? Out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of guy that reaches out to people too much, you know what I mean? I'm a fucking lone wolf, man. I interact with people that like-minded people, man. But it takes a while, and sometimes you have to put certain things in place to see the actions of others. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to be, like I said, out of sight, out of mind, right? What do they say? When the cat's gone, the mice come out and play, right? And that's when you see people's true colors. When the cat's gone, the mice come out and play, right? But people forget that we're on social media and everything's fucking recorded. So while the mice are out there playing, they're being recorded on camera. Right. So now when the cat comes, he goes and he hits play and like, oh, he's over there, he's over here. So now I can just take me my little catnip and wait for these guys. Right. Because they were out playing when the cat was gone. And then hold and behold, they're on CCTV. People see like this is no more like, well, I didn't say it. I didn't do that. Well, fuck, man, you're on recorded, buddy. You're on this video. It's like it's like Mark, you know. It's like Mark. I didn't say that. I didn't do that. Well, buddy, you're on this documentary saying you did all this horrific stuff. According to Dante, now you're apex predator. You're the top of the food chain. It's wild, man. To me, it's like, I don't know, man. But they put themselves in these situations. You know, once again, I'm not a false narrative. I'm not a fake narrative. I don't do that type of mumble jumble type of stuff. You know, I don't do that. I don't do no hocus pocus type of stuff. You know, I come at you with the facts. I do my homework, right? I do my homework. I do my due diligence. I do my research. I do my homework. A lot of people don't want to put in the hard work, right? They don't want to put in the hard work to get the results. They just want to just talk out the neck and hopefully it lands and hits. It's like swinging wild, right? It's like putting in a boxer with a professional boxer, and this boxer's been training and training, and then you just waiting for a haymaker, for one lucky punch. Just go in there and get in the ring and say, man, fuck, I'm just gonna throw some wild punches. And if it lands and I knock him out, I win. But this guy's gonna destroy you, right? Because he put in the work. His stamina's up, his footwork's in, and he's just gonna tear you apart because he knows you're just looking for that one hitter quitter. If I can avoid that one hitter quitter, I can destroy you because I'm putting in the work. I'm doing the research. I'm doing my homework. I'm bringing you the facts. I'm not just hoping and praying for a one hitter quitter. I mean, I'm not saying that it can't happen. It can happen. You get lucky. But if you live your life off of luck, good luck, buddy. Good luck. I live my life by putting the pieces that I want to live, right? You got to think steps ahead, man. I knew this guy, this is what he wanted to do, right? I knew Dante wanted to come on this side to be like, oh, 'cause it was getting too hectic. And Ennis was telling him, no, I don't support Mark. You need to come and do the right thing. First, he tested the water, right? And this is how he tested the waters. He threw June out there, right? He put June out there to work with Mark. And then he started the beef between him and Mark. So now June started saying, oh, fuck Mark, fuck Mark, fuck Mark. But nobody came out and said, hey, why are you attacking Mark? Y'all were boys. Y'all were boys. So Dante, he seen that June didn't get no pushback for switching sides. And then here he comes. Here he comes. Yeah, fuck Mark now. Fuck Mark now. But you're going to get pushback. I don't give a fuck about Dirty Dreads. I never did, never now. I don't care. They're not on my level. You are somewhat on my level. I want to pick your brain. I don't want to pick their fucking idiots' brain. They're idiots. I want to pick your little brain. I want to pick your little brain. If you want, you're a habitual phone recorder. You like to record phone calls. You like to record the video. You like all that. You like all that. Because that fits your agenda. That makes you feel like, oh yeah, I am the GOAT. You're like a little Billy goat, man. You know them scare goats that people walk up to you and they faint. That's what you are. One of them little scare goats. You ain't the goat. You ain't them goats that are walking on them cliffs, man. Them mountain goats. Them life takers, them life riskers. You ain't those. You the goats that faint. That when a dog comes up to you, roof, you faint. That's what type of goat you are. You ain't them mountain goats that rock climbing goats. Them goats that go up to the cliffs. And you look at them, you're like, fuck, how come that guy ain't slick? Because he's a goat. You ain't that. Far from it. And now it's just going to take to expose everything I'm saying about you. It's your own actions. And now you want to get on the side of speaking and defending for what's right. Why didn't you? Well, my question is, why didn't you do it from the beginning? If you knew that you were going to do a whole 180 and start attacking Mark, why didn't you do it from the beginning? Why did you victim shame David Mendenhall? Well, you know what? I said that about the white boys. Look at David Mendenhall's crime. That was an accident, man. You have to look into it. That guy, first of all, David Mendenhall, according to his ex-wife, right? This is Angela. She said he was not a violent person. He never hit her or the kid, right? So there was no pattern of past domestic violence, man. What did David's sister say? Angela got us up and took us to the store, and she was acting funny. Well, of course, she got convicted of the crime, right? She got convicted of the crime as well. But in reality, it was an accident, man. I don't think these two people did it premeditated. I don't think David did premeditated on his daughter. I think it was the certain circumstance of the religion, accident, and then pointing the finger at each other. Because they both went down. Angela got 10 years probation, but she still got convicted of manslaughter to a child. But then again, you want to sit there, victim shame Mendenhall, and agree everything that the ex-wife said. Oh man, bureaucratic system. What a system, right? It's always the system, right? Basically agreeing with her, and she just got convicted. So you go where whatever fits your agenda. And then you're like, when you look at the case of David Mendenhall, man, it was an accident. He didn't deserve what he got, right? He didn't deserve, man. So for you to say well, I said that, but look at the white boys with Mendenhall's case. They deserve it. And who the fuck are you? Are you the judge and the trial? Are you jury and trial? I mean, the system's fucked up, man. A child passed away. These people were probably pointing the finger at each other. And that's when they said, oh, no, y'all both going down. If they would have just stuck to their guns, they made, look, it was a simple mistake, it was an accident. But they made them doubt themselves and go against each other and started pointing the finger. But they both went down, right? There's no history of David Mendenhall being violent towards his wife. Yes, he was jealous. What young couple are not a jealous couple? Vice versa. Some females are fucking jealous on the guy. What are you looking at? Going through the guy's phones? It's vice versa. Especially when you're young and have a kid. The girls start feeling, oh, they don't look the same. They've gained weight. And now, oh, is it because I look this way? So it's vice versa, man. It's vice versa. Jealousy in a younger relationship, and even in an older relationship, still exists. So just because he was jealous and didn't want you to, he wanted you for himself, I don't see that. That was reason for him to unalive his daughter. If you look at it, it was more of an accident, right? Them not going to the hospital didn't make it any better. Why didn't they go to the hospital? It was part of their religion. The Mormons and all them, they don't go to they don't go to the doctors. They believe that their religion is going to cure them for whatever they got. A lot of factors played into their being convicted, but it wasn't just because he woke up and said, I'm going to unalive my daughter." No, it was an accident. Because now, if you tell me if the wife would have said, "Man, he would beat me, this and that," I would be like, "Oh yeah, fuck." It's history. It's a pattern. He did it before. Who's not to say that he got mad and threw the kid? But there was no history of past violence, according to her, right? No, he wasn't violent. He wasn't, physical or nothing like that. So now you want to be the voice for the victims. You want to be the voice for the victims. While you were victim shaming and saying Mendenhall deserved what he got, not knowing that he was the fall guy. So the fucked up system, somebody had to pay the price. Somebody had to pay the piper, man, for that child. All right. And when they separated them, I'm pretty sure they started pointing the finger at each other, man. Or their stories just didn't mix. Their stories just didn't match up, right? Because it was an accident, right? Their stories didn't match up, and the detectives took that as them people lying. We've all been in the fucking interrogation rooms, man. They'll try to flip stuff on you that you said to confuse you to fuck like you like fuck. There's people that been convicted interrogation rooms. I've been in there, right? And they make you feel like, man, no. So you got to be like, no, that ain't right, man. You're mixing things up. You're trying to make me say this, and it's not that. And that's what happened to them, right? They had two different stories that didn't add up. Who's lying? They're both lying. They both got convicted. Why? Because it was probably a fucking accident. When it's in cahoots, the stories are somewhat kind of match, right? Because it was planned. Uh, It was talked about it afterwards. In case they ask you, you say this, you say that. But it was two different stories. So they're like, man, the stories don't add up. Who's lying? They're both lying. They're both going. And that's what happened. He didn't get convicted for past history or say, oh no, he has a history of fucking being violent towards his family. Uh, no, I'm gonna go and find that case and see why he got convicted. And what circumstance was he convicted of? What grounds? You know what I mean? I'm thinking is that two different sides of the story. They're different. Somebody's lying. And since they're telling the truth, the cops want you to tell. You're gonna tell us the truth. But they're telling the truth, but the cops don't believe the truth. And if they take it to jury or trial, all it takes is for one person in that jury trial to feel sympathy for that child. And you're fucked. And that's what happened to them. Right? So you can't sit there and be like, oh man, that's what David deserved. A victim of predatory, of apex behavior of Mark, right? But you're the same one that was victim shaming and defending Mark of these allegations and actions. There's not even allegations because you got Mark saying this shit himself. Take the allegations away, because allegedly would have been like supposedly, or I think he said it. No, he said it. He did it. And now you want to be riding the high horse and say, man, I'm speaking for the victims. Yeah, Dante's going to bring the victims out and he's going to do it right. How the fuck is he going to bring the victims out right when he didn't want to bring out the victims to begin with? Okay, if he cared so much about the victims, why didn't he interview David Mendenhall's sister? Why didn't he? Your platform would have blown up. Why didn't you interview Mendenhall's sister? Why did you give her my information for me to interview her? Because it wasn't fitting your agenda, right? You didn't want to speak up for the victims. You didn't want to speak up for the victims. So you gave her my number and she contacted me, right? Tell the people that she had contacted you. Why didn't you interview her? But instead, you went over there and interviewed Angela. Right? You went over there and interviewed Angela. Why? Because that fit your narrative more, right? You wanted to talk bad about David Mendenhall on why he deserved it, on why he became a boy. Yeah, good thing he became a boy. Look what he did. That's why you interviewed her, right? Because it fits your narrative of what you want to dispute. That Mark was innocent. Mark was innocent. But now, now you want to be for the victims and you're going to bring the victims out. Now you've gone to try to exploit the victims. Now you couldn't monetize. You made enough. I mean, you did make pretty good money when you were defending Mark. You got a taste of it, right? You got a taste of that Mark money and it was good, right? And that's why you attack me. Fuck Noel. Who cares about the victims? Who cares about the victim? Mark didn't do it. But all of a sudden, you and your counterparts are going to bring out the victims and you're going to do it the right way. Why didn't you do it the right way the first time? When I reached out to you and said, hey, Hips is saying some wild stuff about Mark, bro. Why don't you say, oh man, we got the truth? When Jonathan Schwartz came out, You still were in denial. Where's the victims at? We still haven't heard from Mark's victims. I brought you Brad. You still doubled down. All of a sudden, you woke up with the epiphany that Mark's guilty. And that you're gonna bring the victims out right. If that doesn't speak on your true character and your own agenda, that it's a self-preservation, that you're an exploitative person of whatever. Victims, predators, it doesn't matter. You have no morals. Yeah, I told you, young blood. I told you from a long time ago, man, that they wanted to use the old tactic of divide and conquer. I've been telling you that this is what their agenda was. This is what they wanted to come out like, hey, we're the heroes of this. But in reality, man, makes y'all look stupid. Because I'm not gonna let it go. If you and your counterparts can just flip the switch and be fought and fake with each other and with your audience and subscribers, well, I'm gonna be that little right guy right there, a little beaner that's gonna set things right. Because if you look at it, it's the same kind of tactical ways that Mark would do to his boys, man. Right. And that's the same thing Dante's doing. Same fucking tactics, exploitative tactics. He does that with Just Jay. Dante dislikes Just Jay, and he dislikes God Soldier. Right. And that tells you, okay, he hates the alphabet community. He hates the white guy. That's his true nature. And those that can't realize that, that's it's difficult, man. I don't like being bamboozled. I don't like but see, I'm the type of guy that I see things coming from a mile away, man. So when things happen, it really doesn't bother me because I was already expecting it. Does it make sense? It's like when you I guess when you expect nothing and you get everything in return, man, I'm not expecting nothing, man. But I plan ahead. I plan ahead and I prepare myself for the lot of what ifs. What if this? What if that? What if this? What if this? What if that? What if all the what ifs? You know, I worry about all the what ifs, all the what ifs, and then I let time play out. So when it does happen, I'm like, well, you were right. You see, you're right. It just takes time. It just takes time. And that's my thing with the sometimes he's busy, man. It's sometimes I'm busy. But see, everybody, everybody's at turmoil with everybody because of Dante. Everybody's fighting with everybody, right? People that people that think Mark's guilty are fighting with people that feel Mark's guilty, right? There's been people. That's why the group he put together wasn't going to last because you got people on there that, oh, Mark did it, and at the same time, you got people that say Mark didn't do it, and they're all supposed to be part of the same team. So it's like people are going at each other all because of Dante's actions, right? Everybody's going. Everybody's. I got so many enemies. I got so many people that dislike me, call me names, all because of Dante, right? All because of what Dante spewed out there. Not because they don't know me. Well, I was speaking the truth, and now Dante's speaking the truth. And what? Am I still the bad guy? Am I the bad guy? It's like all of a sudden, it's like I've been the good guy all along. All of a sudden, the Joker becomes Batman. Ain't that a bitch? I thought the villain was supposed to stay a villain. But a lot of us, YouTube, I guess YouTube is the place where it allows you to become. Now you're the Batman. You went from being the villain to the superhero overnight. And if that ain't fucking like, that's like, you suck a cock once, you're a cocksucker for the rest of your life. You're one and done, but you're still a cocksucker for the rest of your life. What's going on, JoJo? What's going on, bro? But I've been telling Youngblood from the very first time I met Youngblood. I'm like, look, they're going to be doing that divide and conquer tactic, man. They want you to go over there for they can divide and they can try to conquer and but they can't. They're not that smart, right? They're not that smart. And I told Youngblood, I said, this is their end game. This is their agenda. They're going to run out of so many plays on defending Mark that they're going to come back around and they're going to be the ones trying to save oh, look, we're the exposure. And what are they doing now? Exactly what I told Youngblood months ago. Months ago. So y'all think that y'all had pulled the fast on me, and I already know it just takes time for everything to take it. It's like how I like say, you gotta let nature take its course, man. Nature will take its course. You don't have to interfere with nature. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let life play itself out. And when it does, that's when you step in, right? Let it play out. Let it play out. You stick to your guns, and in time will tell. We all know that, right? Time will tell. Time will tell. And what happened? Now they're on the white horse speaking for the victims. But at the same time, they were victim shaming. They deserved it. They got in depth. They should have been stronger. That's what I'm gonna start doing, bro. Yeah, I told Youngblood. I told Youngblood. I said, man, I'm through with that, man. My my case has been proven. I told Youngblood. I said my case has been proven, man. I let the victim. They wanted to know if there was victims out there. I found them. I found them the victims. Dante solidified it and confirmed it. Right, that there was a victim. My job has done. My job, my work was done. Right, right then and there, I feel vindicated. So it's like, why do I want to continue these guys bringing false, fake narratives and people running with it? Right, people running with it. That shit gets tiring, man, and it's consuming. You don't want to deal with fake shit, man. If it's real, I deal with the real shit. I deal with facts, not he said, she said type of shit. I told Youngblood, I'm through, man. I'm through. The job is done. The victims don't want to come out. What more is there for me to do? Right. But by me doing that, that gave these snakes the opportunity to jump on band, right? But they didn't even do it the right way, right? Because now they're attacking Youngblood. They're attacking Youngblood. They wanted Youngblood to go over there so they can switch sides, but they're still attacking Youngblood. That was the whole agenda. They wanted Youngblood to go over there. That's when we come back to the divide and conquer, right? They divided me and Youngblood. Youngblood goes over there. Uh, now they get half of the theory over there. Now they got Youngblood agreeing, yeah, Mark's this, Mark's that, right? But then they start attacking Youngblood to where Youngblood's like, man, fuck these dudes. I'd rather just go come over here and just talk to Mark, the enemy. Once again, we come back to that saying: with friends like Dante, who needs enemies? I would fucking go over there and talk to Mark instead of talking to Dante. Because Dante's your enemy and he's seeing you as his friend. Mark don't realize that. So if Dante is like an enemy, then might as well just go talk to the enemy, man. Because Youngblood went over there, y'all divided, y'all when he went over there, and y'all just kick and punch him, because you don't want to share the limelight with Youngblood. Not even with your own kind. I see everything, man. You keep on trying to discredit Youngblood because you don't want somebody else to share the limelight with you. Not even your own brother. I call him your brother because he's black. So you're just a arrogant, self-preservation, egoistic, narcissist, exploitative person for your own selfish monetary gain. That's why you keep on going at Youngblood, right? Because he's the only other one than myself that was going against Mark, right? So he doesn't fit in your agenda. The Youngblood doesn't fit in your agenda, right? And what do you say? What did you tell me last time? I don't like Youngblood because Youngblood's looking for clout. Well, sorry to tell you this. Everybody that you have on your panel is looking for the same thing, clout. But you're hell-bent on tearing Youngblood apart. You've said you've got it out for Youngblood because Youngblood's the only one that's already in your inner circle, right? You brought him in, right? You brought him into your inner circle with June and God Soldier. Y'all rocking with Youngblood. Woo, we rocking, right? But it doesn't fit your agenda, right? It doesn't fit your agenda. You don't want to share the limelight with Youngblood, right? Because Youngblood was speaking the facts over here with me, right? So now you want to do everything you can in your power to discredit old Youngblood. That's why I said you use Youngblood uh, unknowingly against himself. He's not too hip with the fucking manipulation of this fucking YouTube, man. I'm not either. I'm just barely gravitating to and learning from it, right? It takes time, man. It takes time. And that's why you're so hellbound on Youngblood, 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 because you brought him into your inner circle, right? And now that you're on the right path, well, Youngblood was on the right path, right? But you don't want him. Now you want him, now you want to be attacking him and Mark, oh, y'all are together, y'all birds of a feather flock together. But that was your whole game plan. That was your I seen everything. I see it before you, before you even created it in your mind, I seen it. And I just let it play out. Yep. See, all I'm doing is exposing, man, the people's lives. That's all I'm doing. It's just bringing people's actions to the light. That's it. I'm not making up no false narrative, fake profiles. It's me, Noel. I'm doing my homework. I feel you're doing this, and this is what I bring to you. I'm not doing anything he said. No, I'm using what you said and what you did in your actions. So get mad at yourself. I've seen that, and that's what I told Youngblood. Youngblood, they want to divide and conquer, so they can come back around and be the saviors. I've been telling this Youngblood a long time ago. Y'all brought him in, but you don't want Youngblood there. Dante doesn't want Youngblood there. He sees Youngblood as a threat, right? So what does he do? Manipulate the situation. Gets accounts, starts attacking, goes to another account, starts attacking, so it can make it seem like there's people co-signing it, right? And then there comes other people to start attacking Youngblood, right? Start attacking Youngblood. Go at it with Youngblood, right? But it's all at the hands of him. He's setting everything in motion, right? I seen it a long time ago. I seen it a long time ago that he wanted to be the savior. He wanted to be the GOAT. But if he would have did things the right way the first time, man, the first time when I reached out to you, you're doing it now. You're doing it now. You're calling Mark an apex predator when you knew he was an apex predator from the beginning. You knew that you were never going to invite Mark over to your family. You knew that you were never going to let Mark babysit your sons. But you defended him like you were. Now he's an apex predator. Now he's the bottom of the bottom. Now he's the worst. Now he's this. Now he's that. He don't. That's why Dante, in a lot of his accounts, he's in a lot of these prison and criminal channels. He watches a lot of these criminal channels and these prison channels. He even watches the Mexican channels, man. He even watches the Mexican prison genre channels. I guess he goes and picks up stories or bits of stories that he can use in his stories and tell. That if he pulls a little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from there, he makes his own gumbo and it's his own. It's his own story, right? Because if he pulls from this storyteller, that storyteller, here, bit here, and makes it his own. But they're doing the same thing. See, y'all are seeing and thinking Youngblood was flip flopping. I don't think Youngblood was flip flopping, man. I don't think Youngblood was flip flopping. He still believes Mark's that, but at the same time, man, when y'all are so adamant of telling Youngblood, come over here, Youngblood, you're welcome. Come over here, bro. You opened up the door to Youngblood, but then you see how it's going, and you're like, it's not gonna fit my agenda. Try to get June to get Youngblood to go over there to Mark's channel, right? Get June to get Youngblood to go over there to Mark's channel, right? Build up suspense. Do that. It's going to be a Mark versus Youngblood, right? Get them on somehow. Get them together on the channel. Make it seem like they're both going to go at it, but then when they're on the same channel, don't press the issue. Don't make no conflict. Don't arise no questions that it's going to get either one of them upset today. That Youngblood starts calling Mark a predator. Let these guys reconnect and make camaraderie over them having something in common of being in prison in Alabama and both doing heavy time. They have a commonality right there, right? They both been in Alabama prison. That's like anybody that's been in the server. Anybody that's been in the army salutes another veteran. How you doing, brother? How you doing? Why? They have that commonality that they went to battle and they served in a war or whatever they did, right? But they served together. Maybe different years, maybe different wars, but that camaraderie there, right? Hey, you went through something I went through. You went through the training. You went through the you went through it. So we have something in common. That's human nature, man. We gravitate to people that have commonality, something we can relate to, man. So y'all put everything in motion. Y'all put Youngblood and Mark together in the same channel to create this. This is what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted to try to discredit Youngblood down the road and be like, "Oh, well, Youngblood was over," but y'all put everything in motion. June called. June reached out to Youngblood. Let's make some content together. Let's put you and Mark and y'all go at it. People want to watch that, and who doesn't, right? Where Youngblood was over here with me speaking on Mark, but what do they do? You can either blow up the spot or you can make it a kumbaya. Everybody holding hands, right? Kumbaya, Malu. And or somebody can say something and get the party started, right? The host, the narrator, right? So, like Mark said, I know about all them phone calls about don't say this, don't say that, uh, don't touch on that subject, don't forget about it this. So y'all put every once again, everybody is a pawn in that guy's game. Everybody. He puts things in motion. June, call Youngblood. Youngblood, let's do a live with you and Mark. Youngblood's like, oh yeah, that sounds real good. Let's get it. Right? Let's get it. Let's get into the ring. But then when the host and the narrator is kumbayaing and they're just talking about prison, you know, shooting the shit instead of being confrontational with each other, that's what they wanted. So when Dante decides to get on the right side, he can have somebody to slander. While you were over there kicking it with Mark, you were over there talking to Mark, you were kumbayaing. So unknowingly, Youngblood got used, right? Unknowingly, right? Unknowingly. But I seen it coming. I fucking seen it. I seen you can't pull a fast one, man. It's hard for you to pull a fast one. And for you to think that you a genius and I seen it coming, man. I had foreseen it. All your plays that you do, they're like elementary plays to me, my boy. That tells me you've never been in the position to be really analytic, analyze stuff. If you have any kind of fucking analytic mind, man, you have a good mind to analyze stuff, predict, foresee stuff. People see patterns. You don't. You're like borderline spectrum, but on the bad side. You're not no motherfucking Sheldon. and that's why you're constantly attacking Youngblood. You set it in motion. You put the plays in play, and now this is what you wanted. But you weren't gambling or betting that. Once again, that fucking beaner from Texas fucking up the mix. Right? Once again. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Exactly, man. Exactly. Mark got some fucking hell of a story, man. If Mark, it's like, fuck, you got the predator, you got the apex predator saying, man, look, man, that I was once an apex predator, but I'm just an average Joe now. I'm Flipper. I'm not that apex. I'm not Jaws no more. I'm Flipper without a flipper. I'm harmless now. But I can't speak on that this does happen. It does take place. If you want to know more about it, go watch my documentary, Turned Out. I got a new one coming out. I got a new one coming out. I got a new one coming out. You know how profitable, man, and how we could have blown up and still did a good thing. We could have fucking made a extra documentary, a part 2, life after prison, life after Turned Out. Resources could have put together. Instead, no, you weren't happy with that. You didn't want nobody to be on the side of you. You didn't want an equal. You wanted everybody else to be below you, under you. You don't want to have a co-captain, a co-pilot. You want to be the only fucking pilot. You don't want to share the light. It's selfishness. You only want to give what you feel everybody's entitled, what you feel they deserve. Not what they can bring to the table and what they can contribute. No, it's what you feel. It's what you feel. Exactly. I seen this. Once I found Hips, I'm like, man, I said, man, I started thinking, fuck, man, that documentary was good. If we can put all the pieces together, we can do another documentary, man. And all it takes is one fucking hit song. All it takes is for one hit song. I don't give a fuck if I'm a one hit wonder as long as it blows up. If we could have made a documentary as half as decent as the first one, man. Mark, at this point, man, Mark don't have to admit to nothing. Right? The victims don't want to come out. Everybody's going to have their opinion of Mark one way or another. It's already too late for that. People are going to feel he did it, and people are going to feel he did it. Right? Nobody's trying to get Mark locked up like Dante. I never once said I wanted Mark to go back to prison. I never once did I say, man, I'm calling the cops on Mark. You got this guy saying he got 72-hour patrol. The cops have been notified on old Mark. It's like the victim's a fucking deputy, and he don't want to press charges on Mark. And now you that used him and abused him, now you want to call the cops on him. Now, if those are not definition of female characteristics, I don't know what it is. It's almost like a scorned baby mama. Oh, you're not gonna make no money with me? Well, you know what, here, I'm gonna talk bad about you. I'm gonna say you got a little piece of meat. It's female characteristics, man. Instead of seeing the big picture, being like, man, you know what? That turned out documentary was pretty good documentary, man. I'm already in the field of trying to do Tubi movies, right? I'm already trying to get into the Tubi movie field, right? I got a good story right here. We got the main characters. Why not recreate a part 2? Why? Isn't that what you want to do now? Isn't that what you want to do now? Isn't that what you want to speak up for the victims? And now you're the savior of the victims. Now you care what happens to the white boys in prison. But your audio says other. You don't care what happens to the black man at the hands. You don't care what happens to the white man at the hands of a black man. You don't care. And you double down. The reason you double down is because the officers at the facility you were in treated you bad. They were doing their job. They didn't tuck you in. They didn't wipe your ass. So you feel some type of way. You felt like they weren't giving you the attention you deserved. The self, me, 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 me. So you hated the white man. That was your fucking grudge. Well, because when I was locked up, the white man did this to me. The white man did that to me. The man was just doing his fucking job. He's there to babysit some grown motherfucking dudes. He's babysitting. So you want him to give you priority and all the attention? Come on, man. It just doesn't make no sense, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like Mark, if they didn't do nothing to him for being on that video, what are they going to do to him for being now speaking up for the victims? He don't have to admit shit. He don't have to say, yeah, all Mark has to do, instead of denying it, because I know that one time, this is one example of how Mark can be very helpful. Angela, when she did the interview, she goes, yeah, my brother is incarcerated right now, right? And he's sending letters saying that he's going through the same thing that David was going through. And then Mark and Dante, oh no, he's not going through that. It's not going to happen, right? Instead of being the voice of reasoning and said, you know what, you need to reach out to him, call the warden, get him out of there, because he probably is getting abused, right? He probably is. Be the reasoning voice for it. Doesn't mean people have already seen that documentary and they've already made the perspective. They've already made their opinion about you, Mark. Some going to believe that you did it, and some are going to not. You're not going to take the fact away. It's just the way it is. But you can still be the voice of reasoning, right? When somebody asks a question, is it possible that a white boy can get turned out? Does it happen, Mark? You should say, yes, it does happen and it does take place. It's a sorry thing that it does, but it needs to be changed. Well, how can it change it, Mark? You, now your experience kicks in, right? Well, they need to start separating these guys by classification. Um, you start telling them how you were a predator, right? You don't have to tell them, this is how I would do it, but you can tell them, hey, this is what they need to look out for. They can do this. Don't take anything from anybody. Or the first time that somebody says something, go report it for they can move you. Don't deal with it. You know, give them the pointers, give them the truth reality of what's happening instead of saying, no, it doesn't happen. That's how Mark can be an impact, right? Mark can be an impact by being the reasoning of voice and saying, you know what, it does happen, man. If you want to know more about it into detail, into graphic detail, go watch my documentary. But it does happen. He can make amends, man. It doesn't, I'm not looking for Mark to get fucked off. I'm not looking for Mark to get locked up either. But it would be nice for Mark to be the reasoning of voice, to be like, hey, it does happen, man. Instead of being part of the problem. Continue being the problem, but being in denial of the stuff not happening. Like Cartoon. Cartoon was not the reasoning. Because what was he doing? Backing up everything Mark was trying to say was justified for his actions. Right? Cartoon could have been the reasoning and said, you know what, Mark, you did that shit, bro. But instead, he jumped onto the bandwagon of trying to justify Mark's actions, that I'm a war daddy myself. He even gave himself that title. So it's like, Mark, you could help a lot of people, man, by you being the voice of reasoning, of saying, yes, it does happen. And when they do make humps, it's to abuse people. Not like, oh yeah, we're gonna make humps and this to break backs down. The tough guy end of the deal. Okay, yes, they do make humps to break packs down. But majority of the time, what are the humps used for? Right? You could be the reasoning for the truth instead of everything in denial, like plenty other guys do. So Mark, that's and that's sad, man. And that's sad because yeah, they do. They do. But a lot of them are aligning themselves because they're scared. The same thing. It's the boo game. It's the boo game. Mark ran the boo game. Dante ran the boo game on these guys. Right? So that's why he's able to get these guys to align with himself. Grim. You see, last time I seen Grim trying to argue with Youngblood, and I seen that little bit of a Southern Brotherhood or white pride come out of him, right? Because now he's attacking the black. Now he's going like, yeah, 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 yeah. Now you can see, now you can see that Confederate flag come out of him, right? Because according to Alabama prisons, the white dudes are either a stomp down dude or they're a boy, right? So If you're gonna be a stomp down white dude, you're gonna be a racist motherfucker. So which is it? Are you a racist down wood, or were you a boy? So, because I seen people call people racist. Oh, you're the racist young blood. You're the racist young blood. I don't think young blood's racist because young blood wouldn't have reached out to me. That's but this is all the people that he has put together, right, for his own agenda, for it to create conflict and turmoil, right? They got young blood over there, so they're like, who can attack young blood? Well, Grim. Put Grim to attack young blood, right? But why not attack Mark? Grim's over there on panels, supporting, talking to Mark. What's up, Mark? What's going on? Hang in there, Mark. Hang in there, Mark. Why not attack Mark? Why not have that same energy you have towards Youngblood, towards Mark? That's my only question. And Mark is the one that's doing that shit to your own people. That's I have to ask that question. You have all this energy for Youngblood. Why not have that same energy that is doing this to your people in prison? Why not be the voice, the reasoning of voice for the whites, right? No, no, no. You want to go pick a fight with Youngblood. Go pick a fight with Mark. No, but Youngblood's the easier target, right? So that tells me if you can't pick a fight with Mark out here in the free world, you weren't picking a fight with another black dude in prison. So now the balance of you being a southern stomped down racist brotherhood dude or a boy is teetering. You know what I mean? It's teetering. Because if you can't confront a predator, an apex predator like Mark that did that to your people, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. And then having them duck lips like that, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Shit. I just gotta call it how I see it, bro. I know me. If I was in your situation, I'd be confronting Mark, man. I'd be confronting Mark instead of kumbayaing with them, right? Because now you're like stuck in the middle. You were over there kumbayaing with them, and now Dante's the apex predator. So you need to jump on that bandwagon and go over there and confront Mark and tell him, hey, why were you doing that to my white folks? Why were you doing that to my people? Isn't that why Dante hates the white man? Of what your ancestors did to their ancestors? Isn't that why they want reparations? For what your ancestors did to their ancestors? You should have that same kind of fight in you, man. You should have that kind of fucking eye of the tiger, right? Because 9 out of 10 times, it's your people they're doing it to. And it's still happening today as we speak. What they're complaining about happened hundreds and hundreds of years that, you had no control of it. Your ancestors did. But now they're still doing it to your people as we speak. And it still doesn't light a fire to your feet, man. It still doesn't give you the eye of the tiger to go confront Mark. Go confront Mark. Don't go picking on the vulnerable man. Go pick on the apex predator. See, I'm a hunter. I went after the apex predator, a solo bolo beaner. I went after the apex predator by myself.
Can I be camping?